Good morning. Welcome to the Commission's hearing in case number 9507P in the matter of the continuing investigation of the electric fuel and power cost adjustment charges of Williamsport Municipal Electric Light Plant. We'll start with appearances. Counsel, please state your name and the name of your client for the record.
Thank you, Your Honor. My name is Tom Rudebush of the law firm of Duncan Weinberg, Genzer, and Pembroke, appearing on behalf of the Williamsport Municipal Electric Light Plant Power Plant. With me are my witness Chris Sims and Donnie Stottlemyre, who's the town manager for Williamsport.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael Sammartino on behalf of Office of People's Counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Peter Wilson on behalf of technical staff, and I have with me Ms. Lucy Shea
Good
from
morning.
Staff Accounting Department.
Mr. Rudebush, did you have a preliminary exhibit?
I do, Your Honor. Thank you. I'd like to have marked as Exhibit W1, unless you have a different convention you'd like to use, the proof of advertisement for this hearing. I have 2 copies and 1 copy for the judge. And I've distributed that to other counsel, Your Honor.
Do you want it entered with the cover letter?
Whichever way, yes, that would be fine, Your Honor. It's mail log number 241523.
I'm going to mark it as WMELP1. Any objections to WMELP1?
No objections, Your Honor.
No objections, Your Honor.
WMELP1 will be entered into the record. Mr. Court Reporter, if we could go off the record for just a second.
Go off the record, Your Honor.
Mr. Rudebush, your witness?
No, if I can, Your Honor.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to call Mr. Chris Sims to the stand.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly affirm under the penalties of perjury the statements made in this matter today are the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
State your full name.
Christopher Sims,
Spell your last name.
SIMMS,
Give me your business address.
506 Lark Lane, Ocean City, Maryland, 21842.
Thank you very much.
Your Honor, I'd like to have marked for identification the direct testimony of Mr. Christopher S. Sims as WMELP 2.
So marked.
And I've got copies here.
Does anyone need a copy? Does the witness have a copy?
Yes.
Mr. Sims, do you have a copy of your testimony in front of you?
Yes, I do.
And is that mail log number 241400?
That's correct.
And do you also have in front of you an exhibit that you've labeled as CSS1 that I will ask be marked as exhibit WMELP-2?
Yes, I do.
I think you mean WMELP3, if his testimony is going to be 2.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Did everyone get that? CSS-1 will be marked as WMELP3.
And Mr. Sims, do you also have in front of you an exhibit that you've labeled as CSS-2C, which I will ask be labeled as WMELP-4C for confidential?
Yes, I do.
And that'll be marked that way.
And also, Mr. Sims, do you have in front of you an exhibit that you've labeled Exhibit CSS-3C, which I will ask be labeled as Exhibit MELP-5C?
Yes, I do.
So marked.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Sims, you've given your address and name to the court reporter, is that correct?
Yes.
And is the testimony in front of you and the exhibits that you have in front of you, were they prepared by you or under your direction?
Yes, they were.
And do you today affirm that those exhibits and the testimony before you are the testimony that you're giving today?
Yes, that's correct.
And are they any answers that you would change at this time?
No.
Thank you. Your Honor, the witness is tendered for cross-examination.
Mr. Sims, page 2 of your testimony discusses some amendments to the power supply agreement with Energy Harbor. So you indicate, starting at line 13, that amendment number 8 was executed on April 15, 2021. That was actually prior to the hearing we had last year, correct?
That would be correct, yes.
Okay. But if I understand your testimony, I'm gathering that it wasn't discussed last year because it had no effect until this period. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So what about amendment number 7? Is that just an extension of the contract?
The amendment number 7, yes, that did extend it from the current period that we're in, from June 1, 2022 through May 31, 2024.
Do you know when that was executed?
It would have been in the last hearing. We would have provided that. I mean, actually, I think it was probably further back than that, so it may have been 2 years ago.
Okay, 'cause
Actually,
I didn't see it last year.
I do have a copy of number 7, because I think, yeah, it's dated September 2019. So it was signed on October 8th, 2019.
So amendment number 7 extends the contract. Amendment number 8 talks about the fact there's going to be new renewable portfolio standard percentages in that extended contract period. And then amendment 9 actually contains the updated RPS?
Yes, that's correct.
Does anyone have any questions for this witness?
No questions from OPC, Your Honor.
I have just a couple of questions, Your Honor. Mr. Sims, nice to see you again. Last year's approved PCA factor from, that would have been case number 95070. Last year's approved PCA factor from case number 95070 was not charged in September 2021. Can you explain how that delay has been reconciled, if it has in fact been reconciled for this year?
That's correct. It has been reconciled, and within the PCA there are 2 factors. There's the ACA factor and the PPA factor, and the ACA factor makes adjustments for any over or under collections from a prior period, and so in the future, the forecast ACA that we're using today, the credit of 0.00086 per kilowatt hour, that is to account for any over or under billings for power supply costs in the previous period, which includes September 2021. And so that is being reconciled over the next 12 months with the PCA that's been proposed.
Okay, thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you for your testimony.
Your Honor, is it appropriate for me to offer into evidence exhibits WMELP 1 through 5C?
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
No objections, Your Honor.
WMELP 3, WMELP 4C, and WMELP 5C are entered into the record.
They're just one page. Yeah. All you need is, yeah, they're just one each, yes. Yes. It's just one page.
The OBC does not have a witness, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes, Your Honor. Staff would call Ms. Lucy Shea.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly affirm under the penalties of perjury that the statements made in this matter today are the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? State your full name.
Lucy Shea,
Spell your last name.
S-H-E-A,
Give me your business address, please.
6 St. Paul Street, Baltimore, Maryland, 21201.
Thank you. Ms. Shea, could you state your position with the commission?
I'm a public utility auditor for the commission.
And in your capacity as a public utility auditor, did you produce and cause to be filed direct testimony in both public and confidential versions dated July 15th, 2022, and filed on July 19th, 2022 as mail log 241519?
Yes, I did.
And Your Honor, if I could have marked for ID the public version of Ms. Shea's testimony as Staff Exhibit 1,
So marked.
the confidential version of Ms. Shea's testimony as Staff Exhibit 1C,
So marked.
and that, I would like to note that that includes the confidential Exhibit A in that version only. Do you have any changes or corrections to your testimony?
No, I don't.
And to the best of your knowledge and belief, is your written testimony true and correct?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, I would move those exhibits, that would be Staff Exhibit 1 and Staff Exhibit 1C into evidence. And
Exhibit 1 has an attachment A, the public version has an attachment A, which is Ms. Shea's cases before the commission.
yes,
So then 1C doesn't have that and has a confidential attachment A?
well, it was marked as confidential Exhibit A.
Okay,
It also has the
Oh,
attachment.
so it has attachment A and then confidential Exhibit A.
Correct.
Okay. Hearing no objections, Staff Exhibit 1 and Staff Exhibit 1C are entered into the record.
And we offer Ms. Shea for cross-examination.
Ms. Shea, good morning. You're satisfied that Williamsport is accurately taking care of the delay in billing from September of 2021?
Yes, I am.
Does anyone else have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have any other matters that we need to take care of this morning?
Not that I'm aware of, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank
Go off
you.
the record. We are adjourned.